Welcome to Daily Saints with Grace. Fast, faithful stories told with clarity and heart. On November 25th, the Church remembered a name that refused to fade, Saint Catherine of Alexandria. The legend said a wheel broke, a crowd gasped, and a scholar saint kept her promise. Was the story all fact? Maybe not, but the love behind it had moved cities. Let's walk through Alexandria's fog and listen for the voice that even Joan of Arc claimed she heard. Alexandria wore a conqueror's name and a library's pride. In its streets, the story said, a noble young woman met Christ and would not let go. She had learning, family, and a future arranged. Conversion rewrote the script. She vowed virginity, took the gospel seriously, and spoke as if truth had weight. Rumors suggested she challenged the clever and would not be bullied by titles. The city had seen philosophy. It was about to see witness. The tale said a ruler summoned 50 philosophers to undo a girl with arguments. It didn't go as planned. Her answers landed with grace and edge. Her logic held. Reports claimed some thinkers bent toward Christ that day, not because they lost face, but because they found a person. Whether the number was exact hardly mattered. The memory kept only the direction. Minds changed, hearts turned, noise quieted. And influence has a way of making enemies. When persuasion failed, pressure arrived dressed as punishment. A spiked will stood ready to tear courage into silence. Tradition said it shattered instead. Some called it a miracle. Others called it a story told too brightly. The Church carried it as a sign that cruelty sometimes breaks on the very tool it chooses. She lived through the wheel and faced the sword. The sentence ended. Her witness didn't. Martyrdom, they said softly, is a door that only looks like a wall. Alexandria's streets gave way to desert and rock. It said that after her death, angels carried her body to Sinai, where a monastery rose and took her name. Pilgrims climbed to pray where Moses had received stone and where Catherine, they believed, had come to rest. Verify every detail? Not easily, but devotion often survives what documentation forgets. The abbey's lamps stayed lit, and her name stayed on pilgrims' lips. Centuries rolled on. Scholars asked hard questions. Archivists found too few answers. In 1969, her universal feast disappeared from the calendar's front page, moved off, not erased from memory. But love has a long recall. In 2002, the Church restored her memorial, and the faithful prayed the old prayers again. Some heard diplomacy in the decision. Others heard gratitude to a tradition stronger than paperwork. Either way, the calendar blinked, and the name returned. Catherine quietly gathered patrons. Students who argued late, philosophers who wanted clean thinking, craftspeople whose hands met wheels all day. They liked the irony. The very tool meant to shred her became a badge on banners and bells. In workshops and libraries, she felt like a friend. Saints often do when you need courage to speak or strength to refuse. Her story didn't scorn reason. It demanded honesty from it. Faith didn't end the questions. It gave them a center. In the 1420s, a teenager in a garden said she heard the council of heaven. She called them voices, Saint Michael and two crowned women. One, she said, was Saint Catherine of Alexandria. Years later, when Joan of Arc stood before theologians and answered crisply, people whispered that Catherine had kept her promise. Whether you argued with bishops or banded a wheel, courage sounded the same in any century. And the young learned to keep their ground. By nightfall, her file still looked thin and her impact looked enormous. Some saints are proven by paper. Some are proven by the lives they steady. Catherine felt like both at once. If her story gave you spine, comment "I'll stand" and name one place you needed courage this week. Like the video so others find it. Subscribe to Daily Saints with Grace. Share this with a student or a friend who works with their hands. Truth didn't always need an archive. Sometimes it just needed someone who would not step back.